1993. Tupac and one of his closest friends, Treach, are in Los Angeles, looking to have a great night out on the town. A lot of people might not know this, but Tupac was a frequent visitor to the Comedy Store, located in Hollywood on Sunset Boulevard. Specifically, on Monday nights, it was such a rare place because almost every celebrity in LA frequented, or at least would visit for some laughs and to party. Especially on Mondays if you were black, because all of the up-and-coming or most famous comedians might stop by and perform a set. So if you were a part of the in crowd, this was the place to be. And Tupac was a regular. On this particular night, he was staying at the 5-star hotel across the street. And on some occasions, he would also play pool with Eddie Griffin, who was a rising star in comedy, considered one of the funniest that's the talk of the town. And tonight, he's also performing a set. They all decide to head over to the Comedy Store after a game of pool. As well, there's some other comedians that's in attendance, like Chris Tucker, Faison Love, and even Dave Chappelle. Tupac invited some of his other friends, like rapper Smooth B, who just showed up as well. The crowd is cheering as Eddie Griffin just hits the stage to perform his set, as Tupac and Treach make their way through the entrance and past the bar. And soon after, Treach is confronted by a Crip gang member. Now, there is a few different stories floating around about this particular altercation. Some stories said a month ago, Treach and his rap group Naughty by Nature got into it with a Crip member at a convention where they jumped. And since then, the gang wanted revenge, said it was on site next time they seen him. And another story claims the gang members was talking slick to Treach, pressing him if he's banging on their set. And then another scenario is saying that it was Bloods versus some Crips. And regardless of the different stories, they get into a heated verbal altercation that quickly erupts. And Tupac steps in, tells the man he will have a problem with both of them if he doesn't chill. Next thing you know, they are surrounded by what looked to be 30 Crip gang members who wanted revenge. So, a group of Crips run up and starts jumping Treach. Tupac seen they were outnumbered, so he decided to do what was best and ran away. To quickly grab a chair, knocking him out. Treach got loose and took off his big chain with the lock around for all the homies locked down, as he would say. Turned it into a weapon, swinging and hitting every person he could get. Tupac back again with a chair to help. They are surrounded again by even more Crips. Other onlookers now, including some rival Blood members, decide to jump in as well. With people scared rushing out the Comedy Store, a full-on brawl goes down. Eddie Griffin is on stage witnessing the mayhem, seeing Tupac and Treach fighting with chairs flying everywhere. Even Dave Chappelle and Faison are startled by the brawl that's taking place. Tupac and Treach, though, manage to slip away from the fight. They find a side door to escape, but before they do, Tupac turns to Smooth B, who was in shock by what was happening, and calmly Tupac stops and says, "Get those cute girls over there to hang out with us tonight," then quickly leaves. Cops now surrounded the place. A shootout starts between them and some gang members, but police eventually were able to get things under control and clear the Comedy Store out, closing it down for the night. Though Tupac and Treach were excited to have escaped alive, it didn't end without any ramifications. Back at the Comedy Store, even Eddie Griffin got bad PR from the fight. Though he had nothing to do with it, he was banned from the club. Even worse, word of the fight spread like wildfire throughout the hoods in Cali. Even Crip members heard the news how rappers Tupac and Treach fought off their set. Some felt they earned their respect, but the leaders did not like it, quickly putting the word out to tell Tupac and Treach next time they see them, it's on site. The next morning, Tupac got word that the group they fought were Rollin 60s Crips, who put a green light on him and Treach. Knowing they were looking for them, Tupac wanted to squash it by talking to the gang leader himself, but Treach wasn't with it, feeling it would be crazy to be outnumbered, so he decided to fly back home to New Jersey. Tupac was now frustrated, feeling Treach left him to deal with the mess he didn't start. Outside his hotel, he noticed a rapper he knew who had some connects with the Crips named Kenny Kingpin, who was with another local rapper, Gonzo. He approaches Kenny. "Let me holler at you for a minute." Tupac explains what happened and tells him how he heard the gang was looking for him and Treach, but Treach left, and since he wasn't going anywhere, asked if he can get his homies on the phone and they could sort this out. Kenny tells him no problem. Calls on the leaders of the Rollin 60s, who picks up, hands his phone over to Tupac. Tupac explains the situation. He understood that with gangs, you not only need to be straight in the streets, but also in the prison system with some of the leaders that still call shots from behind bars. So he links them with his stepfather, Black Panther political prisoner Mutulu Shakur, who agrees to straighten it out on his end with Crip leaders that's locked up too. Tupac tells the gang he would like to meet them man to man in their hood to squash it, and the leader agrees and gives them an address that he'll be at. So Tupac leaves to head over to meet up. He is unsure how it's going to go down, so he packs for 2 different scenarios. First scenario, he stops, picks up a lot of liquor, beer. In case they can squash it, they might want to hang out, who knows, maybe even party. But for the second scenario, he packs a couple guns and puts on his bulletproof vest. Just in case it goes bad, he is prepared. With everything now packed up, he heads out. Pulls up in Crenshaw to the spot, sees a group of the gang members sitting out front. He hops out and is told to wait out front while they go get the man in charge. Feeling the tension in the air, next, he sees the door slam open and a huge shadowy figure in the doorframe. All of a sudden, the huge shadow, with what looked like a giant, was approaching him. Next thing he knew, it was standing over him. And Tupac explained the situation and what went down, how he would like to squash the beef like a man since it was a misunderstanding. Tells him he's prepared for this to go down however they see fit. The leader is shocked, halfway puzzled that Tupac is by himself in their hood with no security. And after a long pause, the leader smiles, tells him he respects him handling it like a man, says it's no beef, and cancels the green light set on him and Treach. Tupac is now relieved, shows him what he brought to the party. And surprisingly, Tupac with the Rollin 60s partied all night until the morning, making it a legendary night on the block. And from that point forward, all the Rollin 60s said he was good in their hood and had his back. Now before I end this video, since I know some of you might have thought this story went different, please look at the description below on the video where I go into more details with proof, even with Tupac's own words, that this is what most likely took place. We can discuss further down in the comments as well, and I hope you enjoyed whatever you believe to be true in the story. And regardless, make sure you like and subscribe for more, and I appreciate the support as always.